Hey everyone, Mo here, and before the video begins, I just want to let you guys know that my schedule has opened up for me to do coaching again. So if you're interested in private one-on-one coaching for me to help you, whether you're a newer player and you want to excel at the game very quickly and learn the fundamentals without developing any bad habits early, or if you're an experienced player who's already maybe platinum or diamond in your top 1%, but you need some help filling in the gap to get you to that 0.01%, to make you just some of the best, then hit me up on Discord and I can get you in some private one-on-one coaching lessons to help you polish up any skills you want to refine and help you learn all of the secrets to becoming a top player. That's it. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hey everybody, Mo here, and in this video, I'm going to bring you guys some gameplay with Discard Aggro, some Draven Jinx Aggro. And the list has changed a little bit since seasonal. I don't play fervors, I added some survival skills, we'll go over why here in a second. But yeah, I think Aggro is really well positioned. I think I say this a couple times in the video, and basically it beats all of the Shurima aggro decks. It beats a bunch of the like random decks, and it beats GPS Sejuani. So you're favored into a bunch of the most played decks right now, and in tournaments you get to ban the like Lee Sin or ban the one unfavored deck you're against. So I think triple aggro is really well positioned for tournaments. I think I'm bringing it to the seasonal. And this is my Discard aggro list. The only things that have really changed, and I'm down to 2 Battlecaster because triple Battlecaster is really awkward. If you don't open with like a really Stormham, or if you draw like 2 Battlecasters or something and you don't have another turn 2 play, Battlecaster is really bad. And I'm back onto 2 survival skills. The reason I'm on 2 survival skills is right now the meta is dominated with challenger units and vulnerable units, with like Fiora Shin and Fiora Jarvan being super popular. Then obviously the most played deck and the best deck in the game right now is Sivir Ukshin, and that deck is only like a vulnerable and quick attack. And survival skills is really good. It allows you to play the Draven on turn 3 or play your Jinx kind of early. And then if they try and pull it in, you can just survival skills, and then boom, you're trading, or not trading, but you're using your Draven to now kill a Sivir, or you're using Draven to kill a, Merciless Hunter or something like that. And that's a humongous tempo swing for you and can single-handedly win you the game. So a lot of the time, as well as survival skills is really good against lifesteal in certain spots because the interaction between your unit can't go below 1 HP, so it like negates all of the damage after your unit goes to 1 HP. So if your opponent has like a 20/20 lifestealer, and you block with a unit that has 1 HP that has the survival skills on it, your opponent will gain 0 life, because 0 damage is actually being done because your unit can't drop below 1 HP. So all of the damage is negated once the unit's at 1 HP. But we'll get into all of that stuff in the video and the games. We have a bunch of really good games for you guys against different archetypes. So before we get into the video, I want to remind you guys that we're really close to hitting our 3,000 subscriber goal here on YouTube. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscriber button to help us hit that goal, that would be humongous, a huge milestone. I'd really appreciate it. And that's it for the intro. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's see, what do we got here? Og Slayer. Oh, it's probably OG Slayer, huh? Alright, so yeah, I decided to bring you guys some gameplay footage, because a lot of people ask for gameplay footage over like anything else. I figured I'd bring it to you guys. We're gonna keep this in case we draw Draven. Yeah, so here it is. A lot of people ask me for like Discard Aggro specifically, so no 1-drop. I think I'm just gonna play this rear guard. Maybe not. Maybe we just Zonite Urchin to get more information on what we're playing. Okay, so that's good. So now we can open attack for the same 3 damage, but then just keep a crowd favorite in our hand. So we can also just play this rear guard and then threaten damage here if they play, yeah, like a Young Witch. Like, I'm okay to take this trade here, because if they trade Young Witch for the 2-1, that means that they're not getting a quick attack challenger unit. Hopefully they kind of just play like Fiora here, and then we have Get Excited to kill Fiora. I don't even know if we're going to Get Excited to Fiora. We'll probably Get Excited the River Shaper just because we don't want to draw cards. We can also just have a huge-ass crowd favorite, which is probably the best option. Unfortunately, the thing is the survival skills is going to go on to the 3-2. If survival skills went on to the 2-1, then I could, like, Get Excited this and then block the 2-1, or even block my 3-2 onto the River Shaper. That'd be nuts, but because we can't do any of that, it's basically, is a spell more important than getting 1 extra health on the crowd favorite? Excuse me. I don't think so. I think I'd rather save Get Excited as a way to discard the survival skills if we need it. So we'll just pass here. We'll slam this big old crowd favorite. There's not really much our opponent can do about it. And then we can just start swinging for the fences. Oh, nice. We even got a cheaper way to discard crowd favorite now. So if they play something like Fiora plus Twin Disciplines or something like that, or like, yeah, like this plus some crazy shit, they can do that. Well, we can also, let's just swing out here. I don't really care about anything else that happens here. So, I mean, all this is fine. They go to 5. We take those. 5 means they're dead to just, like, get excited. So, makes me pretty happy. And yeah, this is just Discard Aggro. You go fast. A lot of people know me for playing Discard Aggro. I'm one of the 2 players that probably have the most games on Discard Aggro since beta, since the game came out. And people always ask me to play it on stream. I don't really know why. So, I guess, here you go. I'll play some Discard Aggro for you guys. So there's a Fiora. I don't think we really care too much. We'll just pass. We just let our opponent do whatever it is they want to do. If they don't try and pull in crowd favorite, that's fine. If they don't do this, that's fine. We can just play Jinx here. I'd be pretty happy. If they want to go for a single combat onto the Jinx, they can. If not, I don't care. If they want to go for a rally would probably be the best option for them if they go to like a barrier up something. Yeah. And then we just like do this. We can just discard like a U. I don't care about them getting a random spell here. I think we just say okay, and then we can just Poro Cannon here to level up our Jinx. We don't care about taking the damage. I'm not going to put damage on my crowd favorites. That way they can single combat or concerted strike. Because right now, opponent doesn't even have a way to kill this crowd favorite on the open attack. And the open attack is killing him. So we're going to do this. And then best case scenario here is we draw like Jerry Rig, like Rummage or some shit like that. So he's playing cards. We can go ahead and play cards here. I don't think we really even need to. We kind of just like swing with Vision. I also don't hate just playing like House Spider, Daring Poro Vision. This looks good to me. Man, it doesn't really matter what our opponent does here because this Vision card kind of just kills them. So Sharp Sight, okay. Sharp Sight Spirit Refuge, okay. And Vision kills you by a lot. So that's pretty good. And so our opponent's dead. Alright, so there's one game. We're trying to gain a bunch of LP. I think I'm at like 80 LP or 100 LP. I think I was at 100 and I lost. Maybe I went to 80 and I lost. I don't remember. I haven't played too much ranked lately. It's meta's kind of interesting. I'm at 50. Okay, so now I'm at 68. So we're going to try to see if we can get to 100 LP before the end of the video. Alright, so we're up against Misfortune Renekton. I have not seen this deck, but I'm assuming it's some sort of aggro overwhelm style deck. And we're just going to try and go fast here. We don't really need survival skills. This hand looks pretty nutty. I mean, Vision here would be the best draw, so we can go like Sonic Urchin, discard Jury Rig, and then House Spider, and then on 2 attack with everything, Poro Cannon out of Vision. That'd be nuts. A lot of people, when you see decks like this, they think, oh, I'm against some meme deck, some troll deck, so it should be a free win. Honestly, any deck that has Shurima right now, as long as they're playing the Shurima Girl package, any deck with Shurima Girl package is like at worst a tier 2 deck. And for those of you that don't know, the Shurima Girl package is Treasure Seeker on turn 1, Rockhopper on turn 2, Merciless Hunter on turn 3, and then Sivir on turn 4 if you can play Sivir. But if you're not playing Sivir, then you just play Ruin Runner. So cool. So we have a big swing here, and then we can just like discard a Vision and call it a day. Push like a shit ton of damage here. Best case would be if they randomly use the 1-mana predict card that gives this like -2 attack. That'd be pretty funny. But we're just gonna Vision here and push an extra 3 damage. So opponent actually took more damage from blocking than not blocking. If they didn't block, they would only take 2, 4, 5, 6. Because they blocked, they took 7, which is pretty funny. And that's true a lot of the time when you're playing against decks with Vision. Is like sometimes you just have to calculate, okay, am I actually taking more or less damage here from blocking and letting them use like Axe Vision or something? So yeah, we say okay, we can just play Daring Poro number 2 here. We don't really care about this 5-2. We can let it hit us. If they want to trade that with the Poro, we'd say, okay, you trade it with the Poro. Next turn, we just get this big-ass crowd favorite. So even though they want to play Renekton on 4, I think our unit's going to be a little bit bigger than Renekton. So we just do one of these. I think we're a little bit bigger than Renekton here. And they might just concede after seeing this. Would not surprise me, but We say, cool Renekton, dude, and we're just going to swing for the fences here. We don't care if opponent starts leveling up their Renekton, we don't give a damn. They start, yeah, you can Shapestone and trade your Renekton to block. You have no board, you're at 5 health. I have a refill in my hand. We're really happy. And for those of you wondering, my list has changed up a little bit. Basically, I'm back on playing the Undying card. I can never remember the name of it. Hold on, one second. Survival skills. I'm back on survival skills, and that's because the Sever Auction, a lot of the times the way they beat you is by giving your like Draven vulnerable or your Jinx vulnerable and pulling it in with a quick attack unit. And if you're playing survival skills, you can just we're just gonna go for lethal here. If you're playing survival skills, you can just give that unit Undying, like make it so it can't die, and then you're also trading it in for whatever unit. So if they're pulling your like Jinx, oh wow, Bone Skewer, interesting. So if they're pulling your Jinx with a like Sivir, you can make Jinx have Undying, boom, there you go, you killed the Sivir. Same with like Draven and all that stuff. Whatever unit they're pulling, whatever champion they're pulling, you can just kill it. So we're gonna pass. We know he's gonna play the 4-3 again here, and if they don't, we're still winning. So we're basically giving them the option to play the 4-3 or to not play the 4-3. We can always just do this next turn. We only get hard punished if we draw like Jinx, basically. So we drew both of our experimenters. I'm down to 2 experimenters to make room for the Undying card, the survival skills card. But that should be fine overall. Shapestone on defense, that's fine. I mean, as long as it's not Shapestone an overall unit to kill me, I could not care less. So we just say, okay, we get to play Draven. And see, like, yeah, Runeterra. So here's a great example of a time where it'd be great if you gave, like, one of these things vulnerable. Like, of course we have Experimenter in play, but if we didn't have Experimenter, if Experimenter was damaged, we could just, like, axe up the Draven and just start doing work. So, very interesting here. Can we level Jinx? Here's the question. So we do this, and we do this. So we do this, we axe here. We can't, because we need Draven to hit. Unfortunate. That's okay. We do this. It's going to give this Undying, but we need Draven to attack here. I guess that's not true. I guess I could have done it here and then just like Whirling Deaths across. So I'm a pretty bad player, but it should be all right. It should be all right. Another thing cool is the Unyielding, the survival skills card actually negates healing if you can survival skills onto a 1 health unit, like a cheap unit. Because the way that healing works and the way that survival skills works, it says your unit doesn't take damage. Like you can't drop below 1 health and they can't take damage or can't die or something like that. So basically, if your opponent had a 20/20 lifesteal unit and they were attacking this 3/3, they would only gain 2 health. Because after the first 2 damage is dealt to my unit, all of the other damage is negated. So even though it's a 20/20 with lifesteal, they would only get to gain 2 health because only 2 damage is actually being dealt. So that's a really cool trick that you should keep in mind if you're ever playing in something with lifesteal. Maybe cast a, hard cast the survival skills card and then just block whatever lifesteal unit they have with the 1/1 and then they don't gain any life. And it's really cool and a lot of people don't actually expect that. Alright, so we're against Mez again. Alright, so we're against Mez. Wow, this hand is really great. If we can draw something that discards a card here, we're big chillin'. If they don't have a 1-drop, we're big chillin'. They kept 2 cards, so I assume one of those is probably a challenger unit. Nice. We get a nice little aggro opener. Rummage would be nice here. No 1-drop is really nuts, so it's probably like Young Witch into 3-drop if I had to guess. Or it might just be like, well, so you can just play Draven into probably just Vision next turn. Survival skills is really good. So we could have open attacked for 6, but playing Draven here only really opens up Fiora. And I don't care too much. We're just going to full swing. And honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and Vision here. A lot of things people don't do is they don't pre-commit the Vision. And you're missing out on a lot of damage if they don't block. Because worst case scenarios, they're trying to like block here. It's like, oh, well, you tricked them and you get to push 2 extra damage. When what happens if they don't block is you miss out on 5 damage. So I'd rather just take the extra 3 guaranteed damage and then put my opponent to 7 HP. Than say like, oh, I could be tricking you here and potential this, potential that. You know, it's just not worth it most of the time. So yeah, sure, you get to play Fiora. We'll play Legion Rearguard. You can even pull something with Fiora, and I don't particularly care too much. So yeah, he does this, and he's gonna have like a barrier or something. If not, boom, look at this. Survival skills here, we level up our Draven. And the game is just over. Survival skills is nuts against all of these challenger units, so that's the biggest tip I could give you if you're playing Discard Aggro right now, is change your deck to fit in at least 2 survival skills because of how many challenger units are running around, how much vulnerable and challenger is running around. Yep, so watch. So this is what I'm talking about. So he should only gain 2 health. You see this 2 HP over here? It's because he's only actually dealing 2 damage before my Draven drops to 1 HP. And then the 3rd damage is getting negated because my Draven only goes to 1 HP. So he's only gaining 2 health. He's only getting 2 health because he's only dealing 2 damage because the 3rd one's negated because my Draven can't drop below 1 HP. And then we just have lethal here because they can't stop an open attack for a gajillion, so cool. But yeah, so that's funny how I was just telling you guys about how lifesteal worked against I can't remember the name of it now. I can never remember the name of this stupid card. Survival skills, how lifelink works against survival skills, and then we got to show you how lifelink worked against survival skills. So there's a quick 50 LP, really fast. I mean, we went from 49 LP to 100 LP, and I've been playing for like maybe 10 minutes. Like, what are all these games added up together here? Let's see. This is 5, 10. Yeah, so less than 15 minutes, because I've only played those 3 games and just gone up 50 LP in 15 minutes. That's 100 LP, half an hour. That's 200 LP an hour at this rate. So Discard Aggro is really well positioned. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be bringing triple aggro to seasonal again because triple aggro is in such a good spot. Like, you just dominate any Shurima style deck. You dominate the GP Sejuani deck. You dominate any random junk people are playing. Like, for instance, if people are playing like Talia Malphite or anything kind of slow and cute, you kind of just dominate that with a really consistent triple aggro lineup. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you do enjoy gameplay videos like this, let me know what decks you want to see next. Let me know if you want to see some type of combination of gameplay in my deck guide videos, if you either want less in-depth deck guides with gameplay in it, or if you just want 2 separate videos back to back. I can do either of those, but make sure to go follow me on Twitch. I stream on there 5 days a week, twitch.tv/emotional, links in the description. Make sure to sub here on YouTube if you guys enjoyed the content and want to see more gameplay and deck guide videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.